But we do have a contradiction, so we're just gonna go blast it open. Because I think it's only this one we have to go with here. Oh, we don't. Never mind then. Because we have this CD that Maggie has talked about. But we don't have the evidence of it right now, I think. Yeah, we don't, sadly. He didn't have any? Are you saying I was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim felt like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how are you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with a lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I want to know about the prescription bag. So what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? So there we have our contradiction thing. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate are you, Wright? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? Well, we have our missing thing. Oops. So, let's... Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious with waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the scene of the crime. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Therefore, then, where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal. Indeed, due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared? The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order! Order! Well, Mr. Gordon, do you have anything to say to that? Ha! That is all. Wait, what? What is it, Farnwell? What? Brace yourselves, pigs. Read back for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag. if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? Oh, never mind. I remembered wrong. I was thinking it was the Hootie Clinic, but it was not. My bad. No, that was not. That was not cornered. Farnwell. That was the objection theme. New ear otolaryngological clinic. I think I just butchered that, but whatever. Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. Another cup of coffee. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. No war wound. The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of his head and ruptured his eardrum. That was just the fact that the missing prescription medicine. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It is mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Left ear, that's interesting. If I recall correctly, that'll be this ear. Yep. Yes, here it is. In very, very fine print. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Actually, therefore, it would be absurd to believe he could have eaten his own medicine. It seems that medication is irrelevant in this case after all. No, Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll be all over. She's right, but I can't get away with any more weak objection. What should I do? So it wasn't the left one, but do we have any evidence saying otherwise in terms of... So the only one we have here, and it's his left ear is exposed. Let me just take some more of these chocolate covered things. These are the things I got from mine. They're like chocolate covered gingerbread cookies. No. I don't think I have anything right now. It does seem as if the medication isn't connected to the case. Ha! Maybe the last Mr. Wright was the real one. At least he didn't waste time. Indeed, if you have nothing further to add to this medication issue, the fact of this case seems to be no different in the present trial. I will therefore have no choice but to hand down my verdict. Nick, don't let him do this. You gotta stand your ground. Now then. Wait, Your Honor. Actually, this prescription is absolutely pivotal to the case. Mr. Wright, did you not say the exact opposite moments ago? Gotta lose a few battles in order to win the war, I guess. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Oh, my bad. But the medication is question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact it could not be found at the scene of the crime. However, insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly sounds like the coffee the waitress served could contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. Ugh. That's enough. Mr. Gordon. Is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant the day of the murder. Mr. Kudo, a pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess. After which, we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my 6 last cups. How many cups has he had thus far, Pigs? Because if he has 6 cups left, then he has had 11 cups of coffee now. How did he get up to 11? Court is adjourned for recess. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. He's got a bucket under the prosecution stand, or he's got it even more. What is it called? Those catheter. He's got a catheter. Tell me about it. I almost died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Miss Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got a job to do. Gotta do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. It's okay. I've had them all my life. What really hurts this time, it felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't want everyone to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be real stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you able to handle him, Nick? Uh-oh. Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. There's no shame here in my chat. No shame at all. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. I'm gonna call her Bride. Just leave me. Mr. Goddard, your next witness, please. That is not good, Biggs. That is very not good. The prosecution calls a lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. Name's Victor Kudo. Born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what makes me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. Occupation? Ha! Listen, young one. How much... Wait, what? How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do! Or did. Back in Japan. I embroidered family crests and kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman, their dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of javashino. Seeds? What do you think these are, I see. So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps. Did I? Oh yes I did, I saw it all. Then please, tell the court where all is. Sure. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. I just spilled some water. Yay. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a javashino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in a terrible pain, then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ha! You're just as bad as the rest of them. All these newfandangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, Newfandangled. All this talks of radios and glasses and wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. It hurts. Well, I think it's time for the cross-examination to begin. Yes, Your Honor. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elk? I wanted to know if Guts and Brawn had retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question? There are partitions on it between the tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? Ha! I go to that place to drink javashino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the witness? The waitresses? Did you know? Mr. Kudo, that's a very grave accusation. Are you sure of what you saw? Mr. Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for driving and reading. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scooping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put in the Java machine as well. I bet that's up and it's coming up. So and it's something I'm not going to like. So we're going to press either way. Your Honor, we need more clarification of what was put in the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness to add what he saw to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She's very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Did she really put that into the coffee? You doubt me, boy. She took out some small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar! In a small brown bottle like that? Well, they're gonna have to bring us then if we ever come over. Like that. Witness, could you please describe the bottle more in more concrete terms? Ha! A bottle like this, perhaps. Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So, what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? He took just one sip? You young ones, you waste everything. Those Jawashiros cost $8! God, that's some expensive coffee! Even Norway doesn't have that expensive coffee. In the good old days, we would just have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. Congratulations, you have earned the title of fattiest man to grace a courtroom. So, it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without so much of a twitch. I felt the Javashi. No, I just drank a turn sour in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is? Is it though? You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform. So, the particular feature you recognize about the witness is her outfit? But everyone couldn't wear such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. Ha! There are other things I recognize about her too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Of course we press harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bride or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features you recognize about the defendant? I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. A ribbon in her hair. But okay, so she has ribbons, alright. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? Ha! As if I wouldn't remember that! The witness notices the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right! I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So, you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness' eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the way, which is pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this. More to this somehow. Are the straps relevant? I mean, we have the this one here. Let's go to the back for now. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Objection. Ha! You got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment! I tell you I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This man's testimony is getting longer and longer. If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything I caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. That's odd. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ha! That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence here. Mr. Kudo, this apron. Is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning? And just as you said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't possibly have seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this! Ha! Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Another cup of coffee? Listen, Wright, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bide. Old me Lotta Hart. Exactly. And when the waitress put the poison into the cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest in what you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin is in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. Of course you wouldn't remember. He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the